England by England. My family came from England to the United States. This is the world map of and shows England in Europe. It is, and this is where it's located on the map. The land of England. There are many bogs and marshes in England, and it rains mostly. It does have mountains, and it's like mostly cold in the mountains. They have lots of interesting food in England. There's this mincemeat pie. There's Yorkshire pudding, and they call some stuff different meanings. Like they call potatoes tatties in England. Their clothing, they have guards that guard the Queen of England. They wear a special kind of uniform. And then there are balaclavas, which are also woolen hats. And there's cardigans, which are warm woolen short coats. And they named this type of boot after a man named Wellies. And so then they called the boots wellies. And then the transportation, they used boats, but they mostly walked, and they have buses and trains. And how did people travel to Wisconsin? They traveled on the Mayflower. It was rough and challenging for them. Problems on the journey. They had many problems on the journey. There was another ship that was called a Speedwell, but it got leaky, and the people on the Speedwell had to go to the Mayflower, and that's why the boat was so crowded. And the main beam was down on the Mayflower, and a man was thrown overboard by waves, but he was luckily rescued. My family traveled on the Mayflower, and they got there by the Mayflower, and they were lucky to survive because many passengers did not survive the cold winter. There's many push factors. There was the Great Plague of London in 1665. There was the Great Fire of London in 1666, and then there was lots of crop failures, and then there was the English Civil War, and then the people on the Mayflower went because of the escaped religious persecution, also meaning they wanted their own religious beliefs. The pull factors are there was good farming in Wisconsin, in the United States. There was work in factories. There's more land to rule. It was very wealthy, and it was less crowded, and there was no fear of disease. They mostly settled in southern Wisconsin because of its lead mining industry. What did the families do for fun? They mostly played on playgrounds. They played cards. They went shopping. They played with neighbors. And I use a lot of citations in this project.